Hello there, welcome to the 5th introductory video of the GMAT examination. In today's class, we will explore another important segment of the verbal ability section, critical reasoning. In our previous videos, we have explored the analytical writing ability, the integrated reasoning segments as well as the quantitative reasoning segments. If you haven't seen the videos till now, the links are in the description. Please feel free to check out. Hello, I am Shubranil. I will be your GMAT tutor for today. I specialize in test prep and admission services. I work as an education specialist at Untitled International. In today's video, you will explore how the critical reasoning segment works and the types of questions you may face in your GMAT exam. Also, you will get a chance to solve a 650-level critical reasoning question in the class. The challenge is to solve the questions by yourself. Let's see how expert you are in solving hard critical reasoning questions.
Hello, I am Drita Parna. I am an expert counselor and education specialist at Eventide International. I will be your second tutor for the day. The second segment of the verbal reasoning part of the GMAT examination is critical reasoning. Although it has been included in the verbal ability part, it gets you on logical reasoning and follows certain rules. We all remember questions like all stars are planets and all planets are solids. The logical conclusion from this would be all solids are planets. Now, how do you do this? Through reasoning, right? The critical reasoning segment is similar to what we have done right now. You will be given an argument and the questions will be based on the argument given. This segment is one of the most scoring segments for Indian students, as it is often seen that students of the subcontinent have a great grip on reasoning. There are 5 different types of questions that you may face in this segment.
The first type of question that you may face in your exam is the strengthening of the argument type questions. Here you will be provided with 5 options, and you will have to select the correct option which strengthens the argument. The second type of question is just the opposite of just we have learned till now. It's called weakening the argument type questions. The same applies here. You will be provided with 5 different options, and you will have to select the correct option that weakens the argument. These types of questions seem very direct and easy to solve. However, you will need to have sufficient practice and reasoning to get to the correct answer. Often the questions will intentionally lead you to a wrong answer by offering options that would seem very logical. Again, you won't need to make any random assumptions while solving such questions. The third type of question that you may face in this segment is the inference type question, where based on the argument you will have to decide which of the 5 options provided can be logically derived. Although the questions may seem very direct, you mustn't assume anything beyond what has been provided in the argument. The fourth type of question that you may face in the critical reasoning segment is finding the assumption-based questions. You will be given 5 different options out of which only one will help justify the argument. The method to solve such questions is the process of negation. We will discuss the process of negation in our upcoming videos. However, we can say that such questions are very easy to solve once you get acquainted with them. The fifth and final type of question that you may face in this segment is the paradox type question. Again, you won't find many questions of this type. However, they always have been a part of the GMAT verbal segment. You will be given 5 options, and you will have to select the correct one that explains a discrepancy in the argument. Remember, the critical reasoning segment is a score booster for you. It may take time to master all the different 5 types that we have mentioned over here, but once learned thoroughly, the critical reasoning segment will be one of the most scoring segments of your exam.
Let's try and solve our first critical reasoning question. Please feel free to pause the video and read the question. Don't worry about time right now. Just ensure that you understand that question only. Are we done with reading the passage? Let's have a look at the options. Again, you may pause the video here and start solving. Feel free to go back to the passage if needed. Okay, so are we ready? To solve the critical reasoning question, it is always recommended that you break down the entire argument into parts. Let's learn how to do it. The first line states that there is a new corn machine that plants corn at intervals of 15 inches rather than the previously practiced 30 inches. This is information. The second line states that due to this practice will be less. This again is information. The final line states that such practice will double the profits per acre for the farmers. You have been asked to select an option that justifies the doubling of profits. The first thing that you will need is to identify that this question is a strengthening type question. You will need to identify the correct option that strengthens the idea of doubling the profit. Keeping this in mind, we will start solving the question by analyzing each option given. The idea is to find the correct option which will justify the argument.
The first option states that due to closer spacing of corn plants, the resulting shade will eventually reduce the cost of irrigation and weed control. This indeed strengthens the argument. We don't know whether profits will be doubled, but for sure the profits will increase. This one seems to be a very good contender. Let's keep this in hand and move forward analyzing the rest of the options. The second option states that with closer spacing and sustained competition, the plants will be compelled to grow longer. This will eventually increase profits. Remember what we learned, to never assume things. It has been indicated in the option that longer plants will generate more profit. However, no such information has been provided in the argument. Also, there can be no relationship between the profit and the length of the plant. You can see here that this option is trying to deviate you from thinking illogically. Discard the option and let's move forward toward the next option. The next option states that with denser plantations the consumption of fertilizers increases. This is a weakening statement. If the cost of fertilizers increases, the net profit will decrease. Discard this option right away and move forward with the next option. The fourth option states that with closer spacing, the number of plants per acre will increase. This seems to be the most straightforward and most supportive option for the argument. Isn't it? This is how the GMAT exam tricks you. Remember, in the question stem we have been given the fact that with closer spacing, the yield decreases. But unfortunately, while we were going through the other options, we forgot the second given fact in the argument. Don't worry. This happens with most of the students. With proper practice and careful reading, you will be able to minimize such errors. Increasing the number of plants will produce a lower yield. Hence, you cannot expect the profit to double. Leave this option and move forward with the next option. The final option weakens the argument by stating the number of fallow years will increase. With no production, the profits are not expected to double. This option is again wrong. Hence, we see the correct option for this question is option A. If you are correct in choosing the correct option, then congratulations. You have successfully solved your first 650 level critical reasoning question. Your line of thinking aligns correctly with all the steps of solving a CR question. However, chances are that you might have got the question wrong. Doesn't matter, buddy. Don't lose hope. We at Eventide International have seen students improving from a 570 to a 730. All they had was patience and honest efforts. The dream was always there for them, just like you. We promise you that with the well-structured and effective teaching methods at Eventide International, you will be able to do it in no time. Remember, the aim is to work smart, not to work hard.
We hope that this session has given you a major insight into how simple-looking critical reasoning questions can trick you. Even if you got the wrong option, there is no need to panic. The more you do CR questions, the more your skills will develop and you will be able to read between the lines. Stick with us to find some more challenging questions like this one. In the next episode, we are going to explore the sentence correction segment of the verbal part. Let's discover how strong you are in the sentence correction segment through another challenge question. Check out this channel to find more videos about the GMAT examination.
Eventide International is a one-stop solution for all your admission requirements. We have separate in-house teams of experts, right from your exam preparation to your admission process. Our test prep services are based on proven techniques and carefully planned, keeping in mind the time limitations of an applicant. We offer customized detailed study plans so that you can organize your preparation with a fixed schedule. Our guide will help you achieve your desired score most efficiently. You can either opt for pre-packaged video lectures or dedicated one-to-one coaching. With our mock tests, explanations, and guides, you will have a plethora of resources. Apart from test prep, Eventide International also provides profile evaluation services, career counseling services, admission support, scholarship and funding services, loans and financial services, passport and visa assistance, and post-enrollment services. We ensure that all your requirements are fulfilled through a hassle-free process. Please feel free to visit our website www.eventideinternational.com to know more about how we can help with the admission process. Wish you a fantastic and happy admission journey.